Welcome as we continue our study of Colossians chapter 1 and verse 6. Coming to you as also in all the world and is bearing fruit, even also among you from the day in which you heard and knew the grace of God and truth. The first word that we look at here, which is come, is parimi. And parimi is so it's from para, which is near, and imi is to come. And really, I guess you could say it's at hand. It's at the ready for you to use it. Um, our next word to bring forth fruit is from carpophoria. So carpo, which is fruit, and forio to bring. So it quite literally is to bring fruit or to bear fruit, which really just means that there's some beneficial change happening, some beneficial things happening. Um, Usually, when we talk about bearing fruit, we're talking about things that are akin to the nature of God, of His character, coming to fruition in your life. So you see those changes happening in your life. Heard is akuo, which we saw in the previous verse, but it had a prefix on it. So akuo includes not just the faculty of hearing, but as well as your consideration of what's being heard and perceiving the sort of ultimate sense of what's being discussed. And the next word, which is actually kind of related, is epigenoskos, so knowledge, new here, which comes from epi, which is upon, and acts as an intensifier to this word. The root is gnosko, which means to know. So you have a very intense knowledge. Um, uh, and it comes from epigenosis, which it is a more intense knowledge because it expresses a more thorough participation in the acquisition of that knowledge by the learner. So you have this full, complete knowledge that maybe you did a little bit of digging to understand. That it could just be through life, just experience that you take some information and you um, you observe reality and compare the two, and it helps you to know it a little bit better. Our last two words we've seen before. We have grace, which is charis, and that is unmerited, unearned favor. And then truth, which is aletheia, which is, again, the truth or reality sort of something. So if we kind of unpack this and put it all back together, we have the essence of the truth of gospel. It's come to the Colossians as well as the entire world. It's available to the world. It's at hand to them. And it has brought as well as continues to bring fruit. It's causing change in believers, in other words. And then you have, they heard it, they understood it, and they have a full knowledge of the reality of God's grace. So versus just hearing about it, they really grasp it, they really understand it, and that comes through um, thinking about it, right? So your application for this week is to really think about, try to spend maybe at least 10 minutes a day, preferably twice, right? Maybe 20 minutes a day in total. Really thinking about what God's grace really means to you.